30년 전 GD라는 이분 오늘 K라이드에서 나오신 건 실화인가요?
I
양준일님
know.
혹시 실제로도 GD와 만나서 이야기 나눠보셨는지 궁금하네요.
아니요.
Uh-huh.
I've never met him.
No,
Not
no.
yet.
What do you think of the comparisons when you hear about those?
They call you the
Uh,
90s G-Dragon, right?
I mean, I think it's a compliment,
Oh, of course.
right?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I appreciate it.
Mhm, mhm.
And but I really don't know GD that well.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can't say, hey, I think, we have this kind of common
And your
denominator or
musical
whatnot.
inspirations are probably very different, right?
Yeah,
Right.
different, completely different generation, right?
Right.
Exactly.
And I was like, the songs that I listened to that I liked
Mhm.
was very lyric based
Mm,
songs.
Right,
You know
right.
that lyrically, I had to be able to listen to it over and over again,
Right,
Mm,
right?
right.
And those are the kind of songs that I liked.
Yeah,
right.
I see more of a parallel to like Michael Jackson or a lot of more of these like dance
맞아요. That's
New Jack
related.
Swing artists and things like that.
맞아요.
More messages.
Right. 40658 say, 준이 오빠님 따라서 라디오를 들어오니 반가운 케빈 오님 계시네요. 너무 반가워요. 초대해 주셔서 감사하고 오늘 신곡 많이 많이 틀어주세요. 그리고 케빈 오님도 방송에서 많이 뵙고 싶네요.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, my
Came in to
Korean's
see
horrible.
Jai and saw me as well.
Right.
Do you want to get this one from 6680? It's the next one.
6680
Yeah.
오케이. 양준현 형님 나오신다고 해서 들어왔어요. 신곡 What is that?
틀어주세요.
들어주세요.
Right.
Right.
처음 듣는 채널인데 앞으로 자주 들으러 올게요. 약속.
Yes.
감사합니다.
Yeah.
Wants to hear your newest songs. You have a new album out called Day by Day, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Tell us about it. Because
Yeah.
I heard the song and I really actually, my favorite one is actually Alibi.
Alibis.
Oh.
Okay.
Ah, I like
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. Day by day, I think because of our current situation around the world, I think, like when we're really busy, it seems like just something's happening because of the business, right? But when everything slows down, we take it day by day,
Right.
right?
Right.
And you're like thinking, oh my God, how am I gonna get through the month, or how am I gonna get through this week? How am I gonna get through the day, right? And I think like at points like this, we need each other to say, hey, you know what? Because we feel like we're all alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it should be like, you know what? We're in this together, and we need to get through this together, right? I'm in pain, you're in pain, and when we share the pain, it lightens up a lot.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. And so that's why I called it day by day,
Day by day.
right? And because we are living day by day right now.
Right.
And with the song Alibis, Alibis was something that like I wrote the lyrics to it like in 40 minutes.
Really? Only 40 minutes?
Yeah, I took my kid to get something. My wife had taken him to the outlet, and I was sitting in the car, and I had just gotten the song from Val, my producer, and I was listening to it, and it was just like I just started writing while I was in the car,
Wow.
and before they came back, I was done.
Wow. 30분 동안 쇼핑밖에 안 했구나. That's good.
Yeah, and so it just came really naturally, and there was a lot of like rumors going around about me.
Oh,
and-
really?
yeah, at the time, and then I was like, it was all just basically lies.
Sure, yeah.
right? And they were saying, oh, we got witnesses saying this and that and stuff
Right.
like that. And they came out so strong. Like people were like, could this be true? Right. And so
Right.
I'm saying, even though they have an alibi or
Right.
they have a witness, it's all lies.
Sure.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It sounds like poetry,
Uh-huh.
but it's just poison.
Right.
You know?
Right.
They say they have rhapsody, but there's no truth.
Yeah,
Wow.
you wrote all the lyrics or most of the lyrics to this
All the
album.
lyrics
All the
to the-
lyrics, right? And
Wow.
I really like it how you combine English and Korean together in a lot of the songs.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, he gets really deep and
We
philosophical.
have a message
about it.
from
Sure.
Rebecca Sonny actually saying that 양준이 알리바이's 노래 최고. 양준이님 Day by Day Let's Dance 대박 기원합니다.
감사합니다.
Right. So your title song is actually Let's Dance. Right?
Yeah, let's dance, right? And even that, it's talking about like the Korean version and the English version is quite different, right? In the English version, I'm talking about like just trying to like me like staring at you so hard, you start to sweat.
Are you sweating? Are you sweating?
Yeah.
I am sweating actually.
아까도 I had to take off my jacket. So I was sweating a little bit. Yeah.
Like I'm so focused in you, you start laughing. I'm so focused on you, you're the one that says, "Come on," right? Yeah, and so and I think right now we gotta focus on each other. You know what I mean? Because we're always focused on something else.
Right. Handphone or something else.
Yeah, right. And so like like especially I feel this when I'm with my kid and he'll say, "Hey daddy, let's go do this or whatnot." And I'm like, "Okay, do that." And I'm like on my phone like watching, right? And I'm there but I'm not there.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so I gotta learn this lesson every day. I gotta put my phone down. I gotta focus on my kid and see what he's doing, because as he's playing, even though he could play by himself, he's always looking to see if daddy's looking.
Right. Checking.
Right? Yeah. And like we tell our kids, "Hey, focus," you know what I mean? As they get older, but they don't know what that means because they've never seen it.
Oh, wow, that's so deep.
Right? So if I show him what focus is by looking at him as he's playing, whatever he's doing, right? Like if I'm like, like he loves it when I just like scratch his back, But then like if I'm like looking at my phone and I'm scratching his back like this, he's gonna know the difference.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so just for me to show him what focus is, I gotta show it to him.
So really, the title is "Let's Dance," but it's actually about being present,
Yeah.
being focused on the other person,
Right.
And if the chance arises, you dance together. Is that
Right.
What it is?
And so the let's dance is like now what I'm saying now in the Korean version, it kind of covers both sides of it. So in the Korean version, it says 아픔도 날 버렸어.
네.
Right? So even pain has, thrown me
Left
away.
me,
Right? 아픔도 날 버렸어. 외로움이 뭐야? What is loneliness? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, because loneliness has become like my best friend now.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Is it me? Right.
Yeah, what does it mean to be lonely? I only know, that's all I know now, right? And it says 오랫동안 기다렸어. I've waited so long, right? 모든 것을 줄 거야. I'm gonna give you all I've got.
Right.
눈물 나누면서, right? Sharing our tears, our pains together, right? 우리에겐 남아 있어. We still have something. And what is that? 우리에겐 남아 있어. 서로가. Right?
Each
Right.
other.
Yeah, we have each other. So just in that fact alone, let's dance.
Oh, your lyrics are actually really deep.
And I love
Sure.
how it's different from the English perspective and the Korean perspective, but ultimately they point at the same thing.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We need each other, and it's like when we don't have each other, like even pain throws you away. Loneliness, what is
What
that?
is
now?
loneliness? We don't even
Yeah,
know
what is
anymore.
that? If we're not feeling it, that means it just become a part of us now.
Oh, 틀렸어.
Right?
I knew that. 진짜,
And
외로움.
so like because of SNS and because of this current situation, we're being separated, right?
Right.
And we can't. I mean, we can exist, but we can't live like that.
Right.
So I think we need to like start sharing, and we need to start saying, "Hey, you know what? Like we were talking about, 요즘에 고민이 뭐냐고, right?
맞아요.
Yeah.
Those are off-air talk, by the way.
Right? And I think our go민 is it's not like how am I gonna pay rent? It should be more based on how are we gonna love one another, right? Because like I hear like especially in Korean culture, they don't express it, especially verbally, they don't.
맞아요.
I love you.
사랑해 이런 거
Right.
안
네,
해요.
사랑한다는 단어를 잘 안 쓰잖아요,
네,
right?
네,
And so they're like, oh, you know what? I should have told my mom or my dad that I love them before they passed away,
right.
And but now, so like every time I'm on the air, I'm like telling my queens and kings, I love him, I love you, right? Because
Yeah.
when I have this chance, I want to say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think that's what everybody's looking for. right? If we take everything out of this world, right, and we're the only one left, we're not worrying about rent, we're not worrying about what clothes we're gonna wear, what car we're gonna drive. We just want one thing. I just want somebody to talk to,
Right.
somebody I can have a relationship with.
Right.
To
Right.
love and
Yeah.
be loved. Yes.
Exactly, to
Right.
love and to be loved, right? I mean, without that, everything else becomes meaningless.
Sure.
Right?
You know, your words are so deep. 진짜, this is like 준일교. 되게, 와, 딥하다.
What is that?
준일교, like the religion of JIY.
I see, I see.
This is just, I think everybody knows this.
Right,
Right?
right.
But we're caught up in the race.
맞아요.
It's hard to vocalize.
Yeah.
about it.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I think we need to step back and I just wanted to be able to share my pain first of all through the album. Right? And my fans and my queens, they listen to my songs and they all, a lot of times they say, I keep crying when I hear your songs and stuff right now. Because they're crying because I'm expressing something that they feel so deeply. Right?
Right.
And so that's our common denominator. Right? It's the
Yes.
pain.
Right.
공감할
right.
수 있는 노래.
Yeah.
So that's where it starts with, or starts from, but it goes through this journey. And I mean, ultimately, Let's Dance, there's a lot of joy in that phrase.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah,
so we
so-
have each other
Uh-huh.
and we still have time.
Right.
So let's dance.
Yeah.
Right?
Thanks
All
to you now on our YouTube page.
Oy.
Everybody sings 사랑해 사랑해 사랑해. I love you. Oh, full of love here.
We love you too. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? We gotta get used to saying it. I love you.
맞아요.
I love you. Right? And because what else is there in life? We're looking for something,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And we're saying, everybody is looking for love. Everybody's looking for freedom. Everybody's looking for wisdom. Everybody wants to avoid pain, right? Everybody's looking for those same things, and in the core of it, like to put all those things together, it's love, and it's hard to define.
Right.
Right? It's
Right.
like if I, say, hey, Kev, can you get me something from the next room? And you're like, what is it? I'm like, that thing of a jig, that koshiki, get me that koshiki, right? And you're like, you got to tell me what it is. I can't guess.
So you got to talk about it more.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We got to talk about it, right? And
부끄러움 없이.
yeah, otherwise we'll never get there, right? Because it's so hidden, right? Because everybody says, get me the love from the next room. You're like, I don't know what love looks like.
Sure.
Right,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And so,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting. 너무 좋아.
So touching, so deep, and we're gonna talk more with Yang Junwoo. He's gonna be here for a little bit more, but we're gonna have to listen to this new song.
Of course, this is one of his latest songs. This is Let's Dance.